Hello students, welcome to video classes. So this is a class for BSc 6th semester computer science students, paper 1. So for this semester, uh, paper 1 is data communication and computer networks. This is one of the most important subject in the field of research or in the field of technology or in the field of innovations. So for you, as usual, we have 5 units in data communication and computer network. The first unit is introduction to the whole subject called data communication and computer networks, and the second unit is data and signals. The third unit will tell us that physical layer and media. Fourth unit is switching, and the last unit is data link control. These are the 5 units which are included in the subject data communication and computer networks. Here we discuss some general ideas related to both data communication and networking. So we need to understand what is data communication and what is networking. Before I will explain the concept of data communication and networking, something I have to tell, that is this data communications and the networking, these two concepts are changing the way we do business or the way we live, because these technology came into existence so that everything is changed. For example, if somebody wants to send mail in the form of not that electronic mail, say for example from England to India or from Europe to India, somebody wanted to send a message. This is done so faster with the help of this latest technology is data communication and the computer network. Okay, as you know, we have electronic mail, or you can call email. From that, it might take 10 days to send a message from the Europe to India, but now within a second or within a minute we can send a message to any country in the world. So that is done by the data communication and this computer network. So what the first unit consists? The first unit consists of data communications, networks, the internet, protocols and standards, network models like OSI model and TCP/IP protocol suite, and the addressing. This is your first unit. Okay. So now wherever we are using this data or data communication and networking, we are using this data communication in the business or in the industry, in the science and in the education. Everywhere we are dealing with the data communication. So this is one of the major revolution which occurred in data communication and networking. Okay. So now if I consider the advanced technologies, for example, which are established in the telecommunication in the sense it may be a telephone communication or it may be a television communication. So if I consider any telephone services such as conference call we are having, call waiting we have, voicemail we have, and the caller ID. So these are the advanced technologies came into existence of this data communication and the computer network. So this chapter addresses 4 issues, that is, as I told, communications, networks, internet protocols and standards, and the addressing. Okay, fine. So let's start the chapter. As I told, the first unit which introduces the whole idea of the data communication and the networking. Okay, in that we have to understand what is data communication. Before that, something I have to tell about telecommunication. The term telecommunication, okay, I am telling about telecommunication. Telecommunication. Here, the term telecommunication refers to that far communications, because the term tele in the sense far. Okay, tele is a Greek word which represents far. So we are communicating with longer distance or far distance we can communicate, that is called as a telecommunications. Some of the examples for telecommunications are telephony or telegraphy and television. These are the examples for telecommunication. Telephone, or you can call telephony, and telegraph or telegraphy, and television. These are the some telecommunications. Okay, fine. Then let us see about data communications now. So here the term telecommunication, as I told, means communication at a distance, because tele means far, communications is a communication, far communication we can do, or you can call it as a it is communication at a distance. Here the word data refers to information presented in whatever form is agreed upon by the parties creating and using the data. So data communications are the exchange of data between two devices via some form of a transmission medium such as wire cable. It means that data is the most important fact in this data communication, in the sense whatever the information the person wanted to send to somebody, if he is able or he or she may able to send that data and somebody received, that is called as a communication. Okay, but they have to agree upon some parties or some rules, in the sense somebody wanted to send the picture, the same way the receiver also get the same picture, that is called as a those both are agreed upon some rules, so that is known as data communication. Or we can define this data communications as exchange of a data between two devices via or through, you can call, via some form of a transmission medium such as wire cable. Here we are taking the transmission media as wire cable, physical media we are taking, and one more communication is there, that is called as a wireless communication, that we can understand or we can learn in the later section. Okay, so this is the definition of a data communication. Here we have to understand some more important terms, like for example, to make proper communication we have to understand some fundamental characteristic of a data communication, that is called as, so here some characteristics are called as, I will write here those characteristics called as delivery, okay, accuracy, and timeliness, and one more important topic is jitter. These are the fundamental characteristic of a data communication. These are very important. These are called as fundamental characteristics of DCN. I write DCN in the sense data communications. Okay, so then what is delivery? Here delivery in the sense the system here, the device from where we are sending the data, the system must deliver data to the correct destination. Okay, I want to send data to somebody or person X, so if I send the data, the receiver must receive the data whatever I have been sent, so that is called as a delivery. Once again I repeat, the system must deliver data to the correct destination, and data must be received by the intended or particular device or user, and only that device or that user, that is called as a delivery. Okay, and one more is accuracy. Accuracy in the sense the system must deliver the data accurately. Okay, if I send some data like ABCD, if I have sent ABCD, the receiver must receive ABCD. He should not receive only A or only B or only A and C, like that. Whatever the data being sent from the sender, the same data must be received at the receiver side. That characteristic is called as accuracy. Okay, fine. The next one is called as timeliness. Timeliness in the sense the system must deliver data in a timely manner. Okay, data delivered late are useless. Sometime, if I take the example for this timeliness is OTP. Okay, this is automation is there, one time password you can call. Some you have to receive that OTP within a particular time. If you are not receiving, that timeout will be there. So that is useless data. It in the sense, whatever the data sent by the sender to the receiver, that should be received within a particular time or timely manner. That is called as a timeliness. So late received data may be useless. For that reason I have taken the example of OTP. Not only OTP, other data. Say for example, if I want to send somebody that tomorrow online exam is there, so suddenly if I announced, if I sent to that WhatsApp group, even the data or mobile data is switched on, if the data is received by day after tomorrow, so you have to attend the online exam tomorrow only, but if you receiving the message day after tomorrow, so that data is useless. So that should not be happen in the data communication in the computer network. Okay, and the last one is jitter. Jitter refers to the variation in the packet arrival time. What I can tell for this, it means that whatever the order of a message we have sent, the same order must be received at the receiver side. Okay, hello, good morning, how are you? If I send these three messages, the same way receiver must receive the data. If he received how are you, hello, good morning, he may receive good morning in the afternoon, though it is a morning, or though it is afternoon. So that is not proper way to receive the data. That order or the change in the order of a message is known as a jitter. Once again I repeat, jitter refers to the variation in the packet arrival time. It is the uneven delay in the delivery of audio or a video. Usually we will have this jitter in audio or video. Sometimes you may observe in the television or TV that order of that packet means video will not be clear, some jitter effect will be there. That is the characteristic called as a jitter. These are the fundamental characteristic of data communication and the computer network. Fine. So now here we have to discuss these two topics called as components of a data communication system and data flow. Okay, now let us see what are the components of a data communication. The components are here, there are 5 components are there. Those 5 components are, so I will write here those components. The 5 major components in this data communications is message, fine, then sender and receiver, and the third one is transmission medium. Okay, and the last component is called as protocol. These are the 5 components of a data communication. These are very important in case of data communication. Okay, now we'll see what is message. Message is the information. What is message? Message is nothing but it is a information. So I write info. Info means information. Message is a information, or this itself is a data. this itself is a data that to be communicated. Message is nothing but it is a data or information that to be communicated. Okay, that message may be text message, or it may consist of a text, numbers, or pictures, or audio, video, anything. That is called as a message. Okay, so here message, I hope you have understood that what is message. Message is nothing but it is a data or information that to be communicated, or the thing which we want to send to somebody, that is called as a message. Okay, the next one is called as a sender. Sender means the sender is the device. There may be a user, but sender usually a device that sends a data message, that sends a data message. Here if I take the example for the sender is a computer or a mobile phone, telephone, whatever, that is called as a sender. Usually we will call this as a device because we are using devices to send a message. So this is both sender. And the receiver, again the receiver is also a device that receives a message. Receiver is also a device that receives a message. It can be computer, workstation, telephone, television, and so on. Okay, the same way. And next one is transmission medium. Transmission medium is nothing but it is a medium of transmission which is physical path by which message travels. It means this is a path which physically exists from which we will send the data, or we will use the medium, physical medium, to send the data from the sender to the receiver, that is called as a transmission medium. Say for example of transmission media, it may be included twisted pair cable. You might have seen that wire cable will be there which is twisted. Okay, you might have seen that two wires are twisted each other, that can be used to communicate the data. Okay, that is called a twisted pair cable, we can call. Next, one more example for this is coaxial cable. You will learn about these twisted pair cable, coaxial cable in the next chapters, so don't worry about this. Coaxial cable, fiber optics, okay, or radio waves. This radio waves will come under wireless communication. We will understand all these concepts later. So this is also one of the component of data communication called as a transmission medium. Okay, fine. Sender, receiver, transmission medium, and the message. And the last one is very important, that is called as a protocol. Okay, here protocol is, you understand or you remember this definition, protocol is set of rules. Protocol is set of rules that governs data communication. This is very important definition. Okay, protocol is a set of rules that governs data communication. Okay, it means that any data communication happens or any sending information is taking place, before that both the sender side and the receiver side both are must be agreed some rules. Those rules are called as a protocol. Getting? Protocol is a set of rules that governs data communication. Okay, it represents an agreement between communicating devices. Both the sender and receiver must be agreed some rules, that is called as a protocols. And without a protocol, two devices may be connected. Getting my point? Sender and receiver may be connected without a protocol, but they do not communicate with each other. To communicate, there must be a protocol. They may be connected, but they cannot send, they cannot receive. To communicate with two devices from sender to receiver, both must be agreed upon some rules that is called as protocol. Getting my point? Say for example, if a person is speaking French but I cannot understand, but person is in front of me, he is speaking French, I don't know that French, I can understand English, so we both persons can be connected each other, but we cannot understand what he is telling and what I am telling to him that he cannot understand. So we both may be connected, but we cannot communicate with each other. So to communicate with each other, we must have the same language. So that language is called as a protocol. So these are the important topics of this data communication and computer network. Further we will understand in the next video. Thank you.